Welcome the year 2005. Among the countless coins minted by the United States Mint, one small coin stood out not for its size or face value, but for the immense historical and numismatic interest it would gather over the years. This coin, a 2005 United States one-dime piece, became the subject of intense scrutiny, admiration, and desire among collectors and historians alike. Although originally worth just 10 cents, over time, certain variations and specific minting errors associated with this coin elevated its value far beyond its modest origins. Today, this particular coin is famously known among elite numismatists and coin enthusiasts to have an estimated face value of $5 million, not because of the metal content or inflation but because of its unique place in American coin history and the rarity of certain issues. The 2005 dime isn't just a piece of pocket change, it's a reflection of a rich tapestry of American history, a testament to the nation's enduring spirit, and a symbol of the intricate art of coin minting. For the average American, a dime might be tossed into a jar or left forgotten beneath the car seat, but for those in the know, every detail matters. The 2005 dime in question is believed to have originated from a rare minting run, possibly from a transitional die or a mule error where elements from different coin designs were mistakenly combined. These types of minting anomalies are incredibly rare and almost always become instant legends in the numismatic community. What makes this coin even more interesting is the era in which it was minted. The early 2000s was a time when the U.S. Mint was experimenting with new designs, especially with the state quarters program in full swing. Amid the rush to produce billions of coins for circulation, a few dimes from 2005 were minted with a Jefferson nickel obverse, creating a hybrid that should not exist. This error could have occurred during a die switch, where the obverse die of a Jefferson nickel was paired with the reverse die of a Roosevelt dime. These coins are known as mule errors, and they are among the rarest and most valuable types of coin errors. When collectors first began to notice the anomaly, it created a quiet storm in the coin community. Forums, online marketplaces, and numismatic clubs were buzzing with rumors and grainy photographs of the coin in question. Some dismissed it as a fantasy piece or a post-mint alteration, but reputable grading companies eventually confirmed the authenticity of the error. That confirmation changed everything. The value skyrocketed, and the coin was thrust into the limelight. What followed was a frenzy. Collectors combed through bags of dimes, hopeful that they too might stumble upon one of these million-dollar treasures. But like most rare finds, the genuine 2005 dime with the Jefferson nickel obverse remained elusive. A few specimens surfaced, each fetching higher prices than the last at auctions. The most well-preserved example, graded MS-67 by a leading coin grading company, reportedly sold for close to $5 million, earning the coin its nickname, the $5 million dime. Beyond the error itself, the story of the coin speaks to the passion and dedication of collectors. It's a community built not just on wealth, but on curiosity, patience, and an unrelenting desire to uncover history's hidden gems. A single coin, when it carries the weight of historical significance and rarity, can be worth far more than its face value. This is the case with the 2005 dime. It serves as a reminder that even in our fast-paced digital world, physical artifacts still hold incredible power and value. Adding to the coin's mystique is its link to the Jefferson nickel. In 2005, the Mint issued a series of Westward Journey Jefferson nickels to commemorate the bicentennial of the Lewis and Clark expedition. These designs included the American bison and ocean in view, two distinct motifs that broke from the traditional Jefferson profile. The creativity and craftsmanship of these designs inspired renewed interest in American coinage, and perhaps it's no coincidence that a rare error involving the Jefferson nickel would appear in the same year. Some believe that the error was the result of intentional tampering by a Mint employee. While unproven, such theories are not unheard of. In past decades, rogue Mint workers have been caught creating rarities by pairing mismatched dies or using retired equipment. These unauthorized mintings often escape detection until they reach the open market, at which point they become near impossible to trace back to their origin. Whether the 2005 dime with the Jefferson obverse was a legitimate error or a carefully crafted rarity, its allure remains the same. Collectors prize these coins not only for their monetary value but for the stories they tell. Each scratch, mark, and detail on the coin is a clue to its journey. From the moment the planchet was fed into the press, to the second the dies struck their design, to the countless hands it may have passed through before being recognized for what it truly was, the $5 million dime has a history as rich as any artifact in a museum. In the years since its discovery, the legend of the 2005 Jefferson dime has only grown. Coin shows feature entire panels dedicated to it, and it's become a case study in major numismatic publications. Collectors who once specialized in ancient coins or foreign currency have found themselves pulled into the mystery of the American dime. Young numismatists dream of discovering another such coin, perhaps hiding in plain sight in an old coin roll or inherited collection. To understand why this dime is worth $5 million, you have to understand more than just its composition or rarity. It's about timing, context, and human fascination with the rare and the unexplained. It's about how one small mistake, or perhaps one small act of genius, transformed a 10-cent piece into a symbol of discovery. It's about how, in the quiet of a coin album or the chaos of an auction house, a piece of metal can tell a story louder than words. And then there's the market itself. In the numismatic world, value is often dictated by demand, and demand is driven by narrative. A coin with a compelling story will always command a premium. The 2005 dime story is one of error, mystery, and legend. That's the kind of tale collectors love. They're not just buying metal, they're buying a piece of history. They're buying bragging rights, a legacy, and a treasure that connects them to the broader story of American minting. Even now, nearly 2 decades later, the whereabouts of all the 2005 Jefferson dimes remain unknown. Some believe there are still a few undiscovered examples sitting in change jars or bank rolls, waiting to be found. Others think the few known specimens are the only ones that ever made it out of the mint. Either way, the story fuels the hunt, and that's what collecting is all about. So next time you get a dime in your change, take a closer look. It might seem like just another coin, worn and insignificant, but look again. Look at the obverse. Is it Roosevelt? Or does Jefferson's calm profile gaze back at you? Because if it's the latter, you might just be holding history in your hand. And that history might be worth a fortune. As we reflect on this remarkable coin, we also reflect on the joys of collecting and the thrill of the unexpected. Coins, like all historical artifacts, are more than just objects, they are messengers from the past. The 2005 dime is proof of that. It reminds us that even the smallest items can carry the greatest value, and even the tiniest errors can lead to monumental discoveries. So whether you're a seasoned numismatist or a curious beginner, never underestimate the coins in your pocket. Examine them, research them, cherish them. Because one day, you might uncover a story like the $5 million dime. And when you do, you'll become part of the legend. If you enjoyed this fascinating story and want to discover more incredible tales of rare coins, hidden treasures, and valuable finds, make sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Your next great discovery could be just a dime away. Next, 2018 United States 1 dime coin, featuring the familiar face of Franklin D. Roosevelt, holds a special place in the hearts of collectors and historians alike. While its face value is just 10 cents, there are stories circulating that a rare and extremely valuable variety of this coin is worth up to $18 million. This tale has taken the numismatic world by storm and sparked the interest of millions who now search their pocket change hoping to discover a hidden treasure. What could possibly make a seemingly ordinary dime minted in 2018 skyrocket in value to such astronomical levels? The answer lies in a combination of historical context, minting anomalies, collector demand, and a series of mysterious events that have surrounded this particular coin. To fully appreciate the magnitude of the 2018 1 dime coin's significance, one must understand the background of the Roosevelt dime itself. Introduced in 1946, shortly after the death of President Franklin D. Roosevelt, the dime was redesigned to commemorate his legacy. Roosevelt was a beloved figure, not only for his leadership during the Great Depression and World War II, but also for his involvement in the creation of the March of Dimes, a campaign to fight polio. Since then, his image has graced the coin, becoming a symbol of resilience, leadership, and public service. The dime has gone through several subtle changes over the decades, but the basic design has remained relatively consistent. However, in 2018, something unusual occurred that captured the attention of both the public and professional coin collectors. Reports began emerging about a small batch of dimes with strange characteristics, anomalies that defied standard minting practices. Some of these coins were struck on Jefferson nickel planchets, creating a bizarre and rare hybrid coin that was not intended for circulation. These minting errors are among the most sought after by collectors because they are one-of-a-kind mistakes, often escaping the mint's quality control procedures by chance. What makes the 2018 dime so fascinating is that several versions of this alleged error have appeared in different regions of the United States, all sharing key characteristics. They were smaller and thicker than usual, had a different color tone due to the nickel planchet, and in some cases, featured partial Jefferson nickel. Reverse impressions. This suggests that a misfeed occurred during the coining process at one of the major mints, likely Philadelphia or Denver, causing a Jefferson nickel blank to be struck with Roosevelt dime dies. The idea that such an error could be worth millions may seem far-fetched, but there is precedent in the world of numismatics. Rare coins such as the 1943 copper penny, the 1913 Liberty Head nickel, and the 1933 double eagle have all fetched millions at auction due to their extreme rarity and historical intrigue. In each case, only a few specimens were ever found, and their provenance and condition played major roles in their final valuation. Similarly, the 2018 Roosevelt dime error is rumored to exist in only a handful of confirmed specimens, with many still lost in circulation, potentially lying in someone's coin jar or wallet, unnoticed and underappreciated. What elevates the 2018 dime to an even higher status is the story behind its discovery. The first known specimen was reportedly found by a young collector in California, who had no idea of the coin's rarity. The coin was initially dismissed by a local dealer, but after being sent to a grading service for verification, it was authenticated as a genuine mint error of extraordinary uniqueness. As the news spread, more individuals came forward with similar coins, though most were variations and not exact matches. Only a couple of examples have been confirmed to share the exact error characteristics, making the original coin even more valuable. The numismatic community reacted with a mix of skepticism and excitement. Some experts argued that the coin's value was inflated by hype and speculation, while others saw it as a genuine modern rarity that deserved recognition. Debates raged in online forums and at coin shows across the country. Despite the controversy, interest in the 2018 dime surged, leading to increased demand for rolls of unsearched dimes from the year. Coin roll hunters began scouring banks, and eBay listings for 2018 dimes saw a massive spike in traffic. As more people searched for the rare 2018 dime error, a broader appreciation for the history of American coinage began to take root. People started learning about minting processes, historical figures on coins, and the subtle details that separate a common coin from a valuable one. In this way, the 2018 dime served as a gateway into the fascinating world of coin collecting, bringing new energy and interest to a hobby that has existed for centuries. In a strange twist, rumors began circulating that the U.S. Mint was investigating the incident internally, trying to determine how such a mistake could have occurred. Some speculated sabotage, others suggested it was a simple machine error. Regardless of the cause, the lack of an official explanation only added to the mystery, fueling more speculation and enhancing the coin's allure. Conspiracy theories even emerged, suggesting that a mint employee had intentionally created the coin and released it into circulation. Knowing its potential value, collectors and investors alike have continued to hunt for additional specimens, and some have even gone as far as hiring experts to examine their coins under high magnification. Social media has played a huge role in this modern-day treasure hunt, with users posting photos and videos of their finds, hoping for validation. The hashtag 2018 dime worth millions has trended multiple times on platforms like TikTok and Instagram, where viral videos claim to show million-dollar discoveries. While not all of these claims are accurate, they have added to the legend of the coin and expanded its reach beyond traditional collector circles. Professional coin grading companies such as PCGS and NGC have become key players in verifying the authenticity of the 2018 dime errors. Their rigorous standards and reputation for impartiality give buyers confidence that they are getting a genuine item. Coins that have been officially graded and encapsulated by these companies can command extraordinary prices, particularly if they receive a high grade like MS-68 or higher. Some of the known examples have reportedly sold for hundreds of thousands of dollars, with one private transaction allegedly reaching the $18 million mark, a number that has become iconic among coin enthusiasts. As with any market, there is always a risk of fraud and misinformation. Counterfeit coins and doctored dimes have surfaced in online marketplaces, attempting to capitalize on the craze. Buyers are advised to exercise caution and seek professional advice before making any significant purchases. Despite these concerns, the legend of the 2018 one dime coin continues to grow, and its status as one of the most talked about coins in modern history seems secure. The most incredible aspect of this story is that such a valuable item could be hiding in plain sight. Millions of 2018 dimes were produced, and only a tiny fraction of them may contain the rare error. This creates a real-life treasure hunt that captivates the imagination, much like a modern-day gold rush. Families, students, retirees, and hobbyists are all checking their change with a new sense of excitement, knowing that they might stumble upon a life-changing discovery. The tale of the 2018 Roosevelt dime is more than just a story of a rare coin, it's a reflection of human curiosity, the thrill of discovery, and the enduring fascination with history. It reminds us that even the smallest objects can carry immense value, both financially and culturally. The coin has become a symbol of hope, mystery, and the endless possibilities that lie within something as ordinary as spare change. So if you're holding a dime from 2018, take a closer look. You never know, you might be staring at a piece of history worth millions. And if you enjoyed this story and want to discover more rare coins that could change your life, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future treasure hunts. Next, 2008. The vast world of numismatics. There lies a quiet yet powerful piece of history tucked inside the pockets of everyday Americans, an unassuming 5-cent coin that, in the year 2008, became a silent legend. Though minted in the hundreds of millions and meant for common circulation, the 2008 Jefferson nickel has a tale that stretches far beyond its copper-nickel shell. Its journey through history, rarity, and unexpected worth has turned this modest piece into one of the most talked-about coins among collectors and investors alike. With a face value of just 5 cents, some of these coins have been whispered to hold a staggering worth of up to $8 million under the right circumstances. Let's travel through time and explore how a small coin came to represent such a large piece of financial and cultural history. It all begins with the man whose image it bears, Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States, principal author of the Declaration of Independence, and a towering figure in the shaping of early American ideals. His face was chosen to grace the 5-cent coin starting in 1938, replacing the beloved Buffalo nickel, and ever since, the Jefferson nickel has carried with it a sense of continuity in American pocket change. By 2008, the nickel had already gone through a few design changes. In the early 2000s, the Westward Journey nickel series was introduced, commemorating the bicentennials of the Louisiana Purchase and the Lewis and Clark expedition. It was a brief yet fascinating design interlude before the classic Monticello design was restored in 2006. So when the 2008 nickel arrived, it featured Jefferson's image on the obverse, forward-facing with greater realism than previous iterations, and Monticello, his iconic estate, on the reverse. This final design, sleek and respectful, was meant to remain unchanged for years to come. The coin itself doesn't appear to be special at first glance. It weighs 5 grams, measures 21.21 millimeters in diameter, and consists of a cupronickel alloy, 75% copper and 25% nickel. Its mintage was widespread across the Philadelphia and Denver mints, with hundreds of millions produced. This abundance is why so many people overlooked its significance. But as the years unfolded, certain details began to emerge. Errors, variations, and elusive mint conditions started surfacing, tiny anomalies that had managed to slip through the meticulous processes of the U.S. Mint. Among collectors, these anomalies are what spark fire. Take for instance the 2008 Jefferson nickel with an off-center strike, a die clash, or an unintentional over-polished die that results in missing or faint details. While these may seem like imperfections, they are in fact treasures to a collector's eye. Combine such a rarity with an uncirculated, pristine condition, graded MS 67 or higher by professional grading services, and suddenly the value begins to climb. Factor in demand, collector interest, and numismatic prestige, and you're looking at coins that are no longer worth 5 cents but potentially thousands. And in ultra-rare circumstances, certain varieties or one-of-a-kind specimens have been appraised and even auctioned for sums exceeding all expectations. What truly catapulted the 2008 Jefferson nickel into the spotlight, however, was a unique discovery involving a mysterious batch believed to have never entered full circulation. Rumors in the numismatic community grew over the years, stories of a limited run, a secret test strike, or a commemorative prototype, bearing subtle but distinct differences in the die or alloy composition. Whispers told of a batch that had been created for internal mint purposes or even diplomatic gifting, and somehow, a few of these coins had found their way into the hands of the public. These whispers, coupled with very real examples surfacing at auctions and in private collections, turned a common coin into a sensation. One such story involves a collector from the Midwest who found a 2008 nickel with an unusually deep strike, a matte-like finish, and an indistinct mint mark. Sent in for grading, the coin returned with a label denoting it as an experimental strike. It later sold at a private auction for over $500,000. Another tale includes a coin pulled from a bankroll, one that exhibited microscopic doubling on Jefferson's profile and reverse text, confirmed as a rare double die error. It fetched more than $120,000. And there's the legend of the so-called ghost mint mark coin, struck in Philadelphia but bearing a faint D, causing numismatists to question whether hybrid dies had been mistakenly used. Yet what's most stunning is the valuation tied to the idea of a true unicorn, a coin that embodies all these anomalies in a single specimen, coupled with flawless condition and airtight provenance. Experts believe that such a coin, if ever authenticated, could be worth in the ballpark of $8 million. It would represent not just a coin, but a convergence of rarity, history, perfection, and collector frenzy. The price tag isn't merely about the materials, but the narrative, of something ordinary transforming into the extraordinary. A simple 5-cent piece elevated to the realm of priceless collectibles, but what does all this mean for the average person? It means potential treasure might be lying in your pocket, in an old piggy bank, or tucked away in a forgotten coin jar. Every 2008 nickel you encounter deserves a second glance, especially those in near mint condition or those bearing unusual features. Examine the strike, check for doubling, investigate the mint mark, and most importantly, protect any coin that even seems unusual. Coin collecting has always been more than a hobby. It's about preserving pieces of history, engaging with the past, and occasionally being rewarded for attention to detail and patience. And in the case of the 2008 Jefferson nickel, it's about uncovering a national secret hiding in plain sight. These coins might not have been minted with the intention of becoming millionaire marvels, but history has a curious way of assigning value, not just monetary, but cultural and emotional. Collectors around the world continue their search, combing through rolls, swapping stories, and watching auctions for new developments. The excitement surrounding the 2008 nickel has invigorated a new generation of coin enthusiasts, turning casual hobbyists into devoted researchers. Online forums buzz with discoveries, eBay listings are scrutinized for potential rarities, and grading services receive an increasing number of 2008 nickels for evaluation. what started as pocket change is now headline material. Its rise in value represents more than market dynamics, it symbolizes a shift in how we perceive the everyday items in our lives. Something as mundane as a 5-cent coin can become a life-changing artifact. It serves as a reminder that history is everywhere, even in the most unexpected places. So take a moment and look at your change. What you hold might be more valuable than you think. The story of the 2008 Jefferson nickel is still being written, and perhaps, your coin is the next chapter waiting to be told. That if you enjoyed this deep dive into one of America's most fascinating modern coins, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss a hidden treasure story again.